Story here tonight for the first time. We're hearing from the shooter in the Shively Animal Clinic incident. Her side of the story coming out in a new police interrogation video.
She will not be facing charges. A grand jury decided she acted in self-defense when she shot and killed an employee at the animal hospital. The Commonwealth's Attorney's Office says Trent Taylor, the 21-year-old who was killed, was the initial aggressor. The office points to video evidence and several witness statements showing he initiated various levels of violent force prior to the shooting. But now we're hearing the shooter's side, describing to police the moment she pulled the trigger.
A lot happened before that moment, as we've been seeing in these videos. WHAS11's Bobby McSwine is joining us right now. She spent the day looking over this new interrogation video that we've obtained. And Bobby, what started this interaction there? It was Mother's Day on a Sunday when this happened.
Exactly. Now, she says that she just came in because she was worried about her dog. She didn't expect it to get heated. She does admit that she was emotional as she's been trying to call the clinic to try to get answers about her dog, but she says she didn't expect the altercation to turn deadly.
Is he alive? No, ma'am, he's deceased.
Several minutes of sobs and labored breaths after the woman accused of shooting 21-year-old Trent Taylor in May learned he died. Taylor was an employee at the Shively Animal Clinic where the shooting took place. This video providing a look into the Commonwealth's attorney's decision to not press charges. WHAS11 is blurring her face and not using her name because she was not indicted. She starts by explaining that her dog was sick and she took him back to the clinic after unsuccessful results the first time.
I came back on Saturday and I'm like, it's an emergency.
She says the clinic told her they would keep the dog overnight. She agreed and asked if she could call during the night after being told the clinic operated 24 hours a day.
She's my emotional support animal. I have PTSD, bipolar, and severe anxiety.
Having not gotten an answer all night, the woman, anxious now, says she calls at 7:30 in the morning and someone answered and hung up without providing an update on her dog's condition. She says at 9:30 she called again and was told that her doctor would be in touch. Around 4:30 she says she got a call saying her dog was ready for pickup and the after-hours fee was $150. The clinic closes at 4:30 on Sundays, the day in question.
So I get in there. I'm visibly upset at this point. I'm not yelling and screaming, but I'm visibly upset.
She says she was then told she would have to wait an hour for her dog's release. Frustrated, but she says still speaking calmly. She says she tells the woman in scrubs that she wants her dog and she wasn't paying for the service because she wasn't happy with it.
And she was like, well, we're going to call the Shively Police Department. I said, please call them now.
After that, she says the staff started discussing the situation and she stuck her foot in the doorway to hear them.
So I'm sitting in the doorway, the lady comes up, she pushes me. I said, she just put her hands on me. So my wife is like, who put their hands on you? Like, calm down, calm down.
She says Taylor pushed her again and that's when her wife got involved. After that altercation, video shows Taylor running outside, then coming back to swipe at the shooter's purse while she was rummaging through it. The couple then goes toward the door, and that's when she says Taylor hits her with a traffic cone and a rake and begins fighting with her wife.
At this point, I'm going to defend us. I'm going to shoot because you just beat the shit out of both of us. You just beat the shit out of both of us. I didn't threaten anybody before that. I didn't pull my gun out.
She tells the detective she also didn't tell anyone she had a gun and it was hidden in her purse. Minutes later, she demonstrates how she shot Taylor.
He's beating the shit out of her, beating her to the wall. So I'm standing this way like the chair. I'm grabbing her up like this, trying to pull her away from him. And then I just hurried up and did it because I didn't know, like I panicked. I didn't know what else to do.
So was it close range when you did it?
It was close range.
She says she and her wife were left with bruises and cuts on their faces.
Now, earlier this week, we did speak to Trent Taylor's family. They say that he was only trying to protect his co-workers and stepmother, who also works there. The family's lawyer plans to file a civil lawsuit. In studio, Bobby McSwine, WHAS 11 on your side.
All right, Bobby, thank you very much. Gavin Perkins, the man accused of killing his own mother back in 2018, is now back in custody. Perkins was released from Central State Hospital against his family's wishes due to a loophole in the law. Now he's back at Metro Corrections after being arrested in St. Matthews, and he is being held on a $500,000 bond. Perkins' family told us their brother suffers from delusions and paranoia and believed his mother was part of a conspiracy to get him. He was charged with murder in 2018, but eventually those charges were dropped after a judge ruled he was unfit to stand trial. Attorney General Daniel Cameron has now brought a new murder charge against him. He's expected in court next week.
Take a good look on your screen here tonight. Kentucky State Police are searching for these 3 escaped inmates. They say 40-year-old Brandon Coffey, 19-year-old Dante Churchill, and 42-year-old Carl Michael allegedly stole a truck and ran away from their work detail. The 3 men were being held in the Todd County, Kentucky Detention Center. That's in Elkton, Kentucky. KSB said the inmates were last seen heading south in Mount Tabor, Kentucky. That's in Todd County. The truck is a 2005 red Silverado. If you see these men, you are urged to call 911. Happening today, the man accused of allowing dozens of human bodies to decompose inside his Southern Indiana funeral home will not be serving any jail time. He learned that today in court. Police say they found the decomposing bodies in several rooms throughout Randy Langford's property in Jeffersonville. He was charged with 3 counts of theft in the case. Today, he was sentenced to 4 years of supervised release, including 1 year on home incarceration. If he violates the terms of the release, probation will be extended to 11 years. Langford is required to pay up to $46,000 in restitution to the families. At least 20 families are still suing him, saying they were given the wrong remains. And the Louisville man accused of picking up 3 young girls and sexually assaulting them on both sides of the Ohio River was arraigned in federal court today. Brian Sauer, seen right here being arraigned on state charges, which include kidnapping and rape, pleaded not guilty to his federal charges. The 44-year-old faces 4 counts of transporting a minor in interstate commerce with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. Police say he sexually assaulted one of the girls at Cox Park in Louisville and then took the girls to a Clarksville, Indiana motel where he sexually assaulted all 3 there. Sauer remains in U.S. Marshal custody and his trial date is set for August 21st.
$1.1 billion will be flowing to major initiatives in Louisville to improve public safety, infrastructure, and transportation. Last night, the full Metro Council voted to approve an amended version of the mayor's budget. LMPD will receive nearly $30 million more than last year, which adds up to $222 million. Overall, the $1.1 billion budget, Metro Council President Marcus Winkler says you'll see money invested in most every part of the city.
We've got record investment in infrastructure, record investment in our parks, and then also changes that complement our public safety strategy.
The Metro Council passed the budget with amendments, including $3 million added to fund the Goodwill Opportunity Campus in West Louisville. Metro Parks is getting $4.9 million for maintenance, and the council is putting an additional $4 million toward repaving roads around the city. We're also hearing from the mayor after the Metro Council decreased the amount of money he had set aside for the St. Stephen Family Life Center in West Louisville. Originally, Mayor Craig Greenberg requested $5 million for the center, but the Metro Council amended that down to $3 million. This week, Dr. Kevin Cosby of St. Stephen Church and the center rejected the money because of what they deemed to be sudden, unfair restrictions placed on the funds by Metro Council. Neighborhood leaders remain critical, saying that the money needed to stay in the California Community Center instead. Last night, after the mayor's budget was passed, he was asked about it.
Well, I'm pleased that there's still funds in the capital budget to invest in the California Community Center and improve that community center. There's also a significant investment in the Kentucky Street Master Plan to help improve the sidewalks and that area, because California neighborhood needs the city's help. And our administration and the Metro Council tonight said we are going to invest in the California neighborhood.
Greenberg went on to say he was a strong supporter of Kevin Cosby and the Family Life Center and will continue to offer support.
Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron is asking the FBI to investigate campaign donations towards Governor Andy Bashir's re-election campaign. Cameron is currently challenging Bashir in this year's race for governor. The donations in questions were both made to both the Kentucky Democratic Party and Governor Bashir's campaign. They were associated with several names, but came from one credit card connected to Mayor Randall Weddle of London, Kentucky. Reports say the donations came from Weddle's family and business connections.
It's pay to play at its worst. You have a governor who seems to have gotten nearly $200,000 from one individual. And then on the back end of that, there was a contract awarded for $1.4 million to the city of London. Again, folks are tired of pay-to-play politics. You're not going to have that in a Cameron administration.
The $1.4 million Cameron's referencing to is from transportation money distributed across the state. London, Kentucky used that money to repair and replace sidewalks along its main street. Bashir's campaign noted that the award to London was part of more than $21 million in transportation funds distributed to local governments statewide. Governor Bashir defended his campaign Thursday when asked about the incident then.
I have advised and required that my campaign follow the letter and spirit of every campaign finance law, and when any situation arises, to address it with transparency, to do what's right, and to work directly with the regulators. My understanding is that the campaign has met each of those requirements.
Governor's campaign manager said the donors themselves alerted his campaign to the issue and expressed the desire to properly remedy the situation. They, along with the Kentucky Democratic Party, said they moved to refund more than $200,000 that they determine exceeds legal limits. Both organizations said they notified state election finance regulators of the situation and have taken steps to prevent similar situations.